Um, Football is coming up. For those who do not know, the Panthers do play the 49ers soon. Bad quarterback versus a great quarterback in Jimmy G, man. I hope y'all stick and have to stay with Jimmy G forever.
He played better than Trey Lance, so I can't even be mad, man. I can't even be mad.
Why y'all don't like Jimmy G? I asked you this last season. I asked you this before the
mediocre.
season.
He's mediocre, man. That's all.
What's wrong with mid?
Nobody likes mid, man. Nobody likes mid.
Look, man. But on the real though, what is your feelings on Tua? Like straight up. For those who not know, because you've been under a rock, what was that? Thursday night game, right?
Yeah.
Tua gets hit and seizes up.
Like on the field. That's crazy.
Bruh, it was crazy for me because I'm watching it and when I'm seeing it, I'm like, your thumb's not supposed to be able to do that.
His finger, just all that was crazy. But I think so the doc, I forget his name. I dropped it in the group chat earlier, but he said that Tua needs to retire. And I think Tua is probably considering retiring. So this is the thing about Hawaiian quarterbacks. When we went to Hawaii, one of the guys we went on like a fishing expedition tour, whatever they call it. We went fishing,
Yeah.
and he was telling us that they have a super high dropout rate on the island of Hawaii, like super high, like 55% people just
Really?
drop out, don't finish school because they all surf. And he was like, because they all surf, he was like, what they do is they just become beach bums. So they can go out, surf all day. They're amazing swimmers. They'll go and like swim underwater, catch like the most expensive fish.
Yeah.
So there's a fish like evidently you can sell in the market in Hawaii that's like $400, right?
Damn.
So they just go in.
Tilapia.
Probably not. But they'll just go and find the fish, spear it, however they catch the fish, take it to market, sell it, then they just surf. That's all they do for their life.
Damn.
So he was just like, that's why the dropout rate is tremendously high. And he told me that this was before Hawaiian quarterbacks were getting drafted. But I remember when Mariota did the Tennessee Titans contract, they actually put in his contract that like he couldn't surf. Or that was a contention. I don't know if he got it or not.
Yeah, I remember that conversation.
Yeah.
I never understood why. I was just like, okay, maybe they don't want brother.
Because surfing is actually dangerous. It can slam you against the core, you can break your back.
Yeah.
So I think when it comes to these Hawaiian quarterbacks, I wonder if Tua is looking at it in the sense of like, you know what? I've made enough money. I can go and retire in Hawaii. Or I wonder if he's looking at this like, yo, I got to get that max contract first. And this is going to be the danger with Tua is that if he gets that max contract and he gets hurt again, he's probably done.
He is.
Not done like in the sense that he can't play football no more. He's probably done in the sense that like I got the money, I got the bag.
Yeah.
Peace
out. It's funny because a lot of these quarterbacks, and I think the more, and I'm not saying it's necessarily a bad thing, it might be bad for football, you are going to run into more and more of these guys who grew up in affluent homes or just not shitty family situations where it's like, hey, football is fun for me, right? You look at Trevor Lawrence, his biggest concern and red flag coming into the league was like, yo, does this boy even care about football?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We've seen what happened to Johnny Manziel. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, like Johnny didn't want – well, Johnny shouldn't have been drafted early.
Anyway.
Neither should Tim Tebow. Neither should Baker, right? So, like, none of these guys should have been drafted early. But they were for whatever reasons.
And we see it more and more in basketball. Like, everybody like LaMelo Ball. Everybody like Lonzo, Jello, whatever.
But basketball is kind of different because
absolutely
it's supreme athleticism, first off. Like, I think sports science did, like, all the athletes in the world, and they were just trying to find, like, what sport has the most extreme athletes. And the most extreme athletes was actually basketball. Matter of fact, so to that point, I just want to give a really good racist joke because when racist jokes are good, I do want to give credit. I was on Reddit.
Oh gosh!
So if you ever see someone refer to like the basketball people, they're talking about black people. But that actually was funny. I was like, yeah, you know what?
Y'all are.
That was actually funny.
Look, but you start looking at more of these basketball athletes, and like you said, like you were saying, but a lot of them don't come from broken homes where it's like, look, we have to play basketball as a means of survival. Like, I always listen to Shannon Sharp, and I know this has to do with age, but he always talks about like, hey, my brother's in the NFL, but my grandmother still was living in a 10 home.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And now you look at it, and you look at LaMelo For instance, I know it's a whole different sport, different age range, but his dad, is making close to $1 million while he's in high school. Now,
because they were living in
Cali, but
like one of the affluent neighborhoods in Cali.
Absolutely. And you look at it, it's going to be less and less of a problem. So I do wonder that running that all the way back to Tua, I wonder does it get to that point where, like you were saying, like, do Tua say, hey, I made enough money, I can go back to Hawaii?
I think he wants that max contract, man. Like, when you look at max contract and that guaranteed money, I do not expect Tua to retire. Now, the problem is Tua's contract isn't up to, I think, the end of next year.
And then they can start franchise tagging.
Well, I don't even think they're going to do that. I think anybody if I, a layperson, understand that Hawaiian quarterbacks, really don't last in the league.
Yeah.
Then absolutely owners understand that, they don't last in the league. So I wonder, for him, like he got a fully guaranteed 5th-year option. So right now, 2022, I'm on Sports Track right now. Tua had a 4-year, $30 million contract, which is good. $20 million, signing bonus. But right now, let me see when his contract is up real quick here. Let's see if we can find it. So next year is another contract year that he'll make $10 million. 2024. So that means that he'd have to get through all this season and not get another concussion. All next season and not get another concussion. I don't know if that's worth the risk for him to try to get to that guaranteed 30, 40, $50 million. I just don't know. Like, personally, I hope he's invested well and he's saved well, gets a retirement. Hopefully they got retirement insurance. For the sake of him, I hope he retires.
Facts. I don't know who's about to be paying out more or who feels like the biggest dummy, the Yankees or the Baltimore Ravens, but I'm going to bet on the Yankees. You guys are idiots. Aaron Judge, y'all might as well back up the truck.
Yeah. They go. That's about to be a 10-year, $500 million contract.
Yeah, like, good luck. That's what y'all get.
Yeah, that's exactly what y'all get for trying to be greedy. Hey, look, man. Pigs get fat. Hogs get slaughtered. Always remember that. That is a philosophy of life. Get fat, but when you get greedy, bro, you are going to get murked. Look. And they're going to get murked, and the Baltimore Ravens are going to get murked. Me and Ed was talking about this yesterday. I was like, real talk. I was like, Lamar don't care if they franchise him next year. I said, because they franchise him next year, that's guaranteed like what, $55 million?
Yeah, somewhere around there.
And then if they franchise him the next year after that, they got to do 20% of that, which would be what, $6.6 million? Mm-hmm. So that's $62 million. So I'm like, that's $110 million in guaranteed money that he gets in 2 years. And you still got to sign him.
You still got to.
So it's like they are costing themselves money not signing him.
Absolutely. You might as well go ahead and give him like 300
Oh, it's going to be 300 guaranteed. And he's his own agent. So big up to Lamar.
Yeah, big up to Lamar. I was actually kind of skeptical about that. You know what I'm saying? I got to stop doubting black men is what Mike wants to say.
Yeah. Gavin he shoot Bell the birds. But anytime it's black men, he be like,
I expect more, but we will get there. Yo, dad tip of the week. I will say this, fellas. It is something that is made up. I don't care. Do it. This whole Babymoon thing, this goes out to my new fathers. Y'all know I'm only going to speak to them because I ain't got as much experience as Mike. But to my new fathers out there, when she tells you that y'all should go on a Babymoon, for those who do not know, because maybe you just an older dad or whatever, and y'all, the mother of y'all children and y'all wives wasn't making up these fake
holidays.
Yeah. Babymoon is right before the baby. Y'all go on a little trip just to spend time with each other before the baby comes.
How far right before the baby?
I think we went like a month and a half.
That's a good time.
Yeah.
I would definitely recommend a Babymoon. And to y'all dudes that don't think your wife's sexy pregnant, y'all crazy.
Yeah, y'all crazy.
Yeah, the box is crazy.
Wait, that is the top
That's the
two
top.
best box ever, and it ain't number 2. So the joke is, now this is when my wife definitely gonna text me. Ez had hit me up and was like, yo, is it what they say it is? I said, bruh, the men before us are not lying. That shit is amazing.
It is the truth, man. Go to Babymoon, man. I'm telling you, like, that is like the best box in the world. It is
ever gonna get.
It is not. And when they get closer, because supposedly with adult podcast, supposedly sex make childbirth easier. So like the closer you get to the date of childbirth, it's like, yo, she gonna be like, you gonna get work. I ain't gonna lie, you gonna get work. Out. But it was a great time though.
Yeah, and the Babymoon is fun because
I need to get married and have another baby.
Do that. And then the dope part about the Babymoon is you do get to spend that time, because once the baby do get here, and I can only give y'all a year's worth of experience, it's no more just y'all. It's tough to get that time, rather.
Yeah, it is. And it's not even that you're neglecting one another. It's just that all your focus
is there
on this new little human.
Yeah, and it's like for us, we went to Charleston, so it was a quick trip. We was there for a weekend. We stayed at a resort. The dope part, fellas, is your wife is cool with you just getting drunk. She know you can't go nowhere. Y'all gonna be in the room, and it's a fun time. We sat on the balcony and we just talked. We were just talking about like, yo, what it's gonna be like, what you need, what should we do when we get home.
Seeing them waddle around.
Yeah, and then the dope part is, especially no matter what, like your wife is cool then because hey, we're probably at a resort. I can wear whatever bathing suit I want, right? And they stomach out, they are waddling around, and everybody is nice to y'all.
Yes. That's
the other cool part. My wife told me, she said, nobody has been nicer to her than the people when she was pregnant. And I was like, whatever. Then we went to that resort, bro. People's doing anything. Y'all need anything. Can we bring y'all this? Would y'all like to sit here? I'm like, shit, we need to put a fake stomach on you all the time so we can go out places.
That is dope.
But definitely take the Babymoon. All right. I do want to welcome everybody to the Black Dads Club. Listen, please follow us, subscribe, send this to 2 dads this week. You need to do it.
Share this. And and some of you guys have been because our numbers are creeping up. Appreciate that.
Yeah,
appreciate
it.
But share this with anybody, man. That's a black father, future black father, black man in general. But everybody's welcome.
Everybody's welcome. Before we get to divorce week, because that's what's been going on in the last 24 hours.
It's definitely have been divorce week.
I actually want to talk about, do women just want to be sex workers? Y'all can cancel me. Don't cancel the pod. Because we got this video here. Hold on. We need to. Hold on. And then I'm gonna give my theory that Mike is gonna cuss me out for.
Which video is this?
I want to play the video of the young lady who was talking about her getting fed. And when she have sex and if she don't,
God, is that gonna play well over the air?
Yeah, we gonna see.
Did she talk through it?
No, I don't think so.
All right,
hold on.
Let's see what we got here.
It felt as if I was just being so funny, but I was so serious. And I said that if we having sex and it's mutual, I want to do you, you want to do me, we doing each other, right?
Okay.
And we doing it, and then you come, but you don't do nothing to try to satisfy me. You just did you, right? I felt as if you should pay me for wasting my time.
Whoa.
You need to pay me because guess what? You didn't even care enough to make sure I came. I feel as if I need to be paid for my time. You need to pay me because you just wasted my time. I could have been doing something else productive with myself. I could have played with myself if I really wanted to come. I could have not caught an unnecessary body. You get what I'm saying? Like,
so it's
what?
a new body.
It's not making.
Yeah.
I thought it was like
because y'all don't care. Y'all men out there, y'all don't care. Long as you get you, right? Long as you get you don't care about nobody else. That's selfish, and you should pay her for wasting her damn time. And I said what I said. If it's you, then I'm talking to you. Period.
Period, sis. I respect that.
I thought you were gonna play the video of the girl that was at the restaurant that she didn't even know about, but she learned about it in a Drake song. We're trying to get the guy to pay for her meal.
Oh my God. Well, that don't shock me.
That doesn't play well though. That's all I said. That video actually played well. Hey, diet sex work, man. I'm with it.
61,000 views.
Diet sex work, bro. Diet sex work.
Here's my issue. This podcast is not against sex workers.
No, we are positive. We're sex worker.
We trying to get them more work.
Yeah,
actually, if you think about it.
Exactly, because we definitely said Ime needs to be sleeping with a sex worker.
Oh, we definitely getting him,
and not his VP's wife.
We definitely got to talk about you, bro. Like, God dang.
Back to our girl though.
But this right here is like, I don't know where we're at in life where it's like, yo, I should be paid for my time. If you ever go on any escort's website, the first thing they say is, hey, this is for my time and companionship. This is for my time.
This is what you're paying for.
So you're using the same language as escorts.
The exact same language as a sex worker.
And so then you get to this thing of, yo, we had sex. It was consensual. Thank God. Y'all having consensual sex, and because you couldn't get off, he now has to pay you.
Well, it's your fault that she can't get off because obviously you should know her body, and evidently she's a stranger, and you should know her body, which is crazy.
Facts.
Back to the conversation about men. Like, yo, before you have sex with these women, dude, like find out what they're into and what they like, because a lot of the women that you think are good girls, they want you to abuse the fuck out of them. They pretty much damn near want you to catch an abuse charge. in the bedroom. Only in the bedroom, though. Only consensual, right? That's what they're looking for. And then certain women that you think, like, they really want the box beat up, and they be like, no, they want that sensitive, lovey-dovey, type thing. So have these conversations prior, man, before having sex with a woman.
How do you go about that? Like, yo, what's off limits?
Yes, just like that. Yeah, exactly. Like, what's off limits? Like, I need to know what you don't like, and I need to know what you do like. Because, I mean, in all honesty, a guy isn't going to know what turns a woman on because y'all are all different.
Facts.
Like, y'all all different. How you think is different. What trauma bonds and trauma kinks you have are different.
True.
So it's like, no, you do need to have that conversation first. But if a woman does not come and she say, all right, I want you to just, pay me for my time, I'm kind of curious, like, how much is that? Like, what is the going rate on pussy?
Now that is a great question.
Now, we did drop it. My generation did drop it to $40. Y'all done raised it all the way back up now.
I have to agree with Mike only because when I'm on Reddit, that is always the thing. And it's literally like old white men who always say, you young boys have fucked up the game. And I laugh because I'm like, what are they talking about? They talk about,
boy, y'all done raised the price all the way up.
And I remember one dude was on there. He was talking about whatever he paid, like at a spa, right? He went to one of the spas and got jerked off. And whatever he said, it was a 1 in front of the number, right? And the old head went on there and he berated this guy so bad. And told him how he's messed up the game, and he was talking about, hey, we built this up for you guys, and instead of going from a 40 to 60 or 40 to 80, you paying over $100-something. He's like, what is wrong with you? Now it's up to us to bring the price back down. It was a whole conversation.
Y'all generation gotta bring the price back
down. We gotta
bring
the price back down. I ain't gonna lie to you. There is before we go to the next thing about sex worker, we did have a response to our video about the horniest people where you can mess with people. I had a girl, I guess I could say Alicia's name.
Right.
Fuck it.
But Gavin is a self-snitcher. That's this generation. Fucking millennials.
Absolutely. What she said, she wanted me to let you know, no, y'all need to specify that teachers are the biggest whores.
Wait. We said that was the line. Like so the line is everything above the line is appropriate. But like, no, maybe we wasn't clear because a lot of my friends are teachers and nurses.
Yeah.
So I ain't really want to throw y'all up under the bus like that the way Gavin do. But yeah, like teachers and nurses are.
So that was her problem. She said, throw teachers under the bus.
Throw teachers under the bus.
She's like, no. And then she even said, we like to play off the narrative that we sweet and wholesome when we're whoresome. That's her words, not mine. Ooh. So I'm just glad.
No, teachers are definitely it. I'm gonna tell you somebody else who gets it in too. I'm gonna tell you somebody else get in. Doctors. Doctors are ridiculous. Doctors are, I don't know if it's because they have access to penicillin or what.
Okay.
They don't care. Bruh, you be like, hold on, girl, let me get a condom.
Nope.
They be like, nah, right here in the street right now. Like, yo, I can't afford this fine the way you could afford this fine. Like,
absolutely. I wrote in our group chat this morning, and I want you to answer now. Is it fair or foul? I posted in our group chat this morning of a girl who has a GoFundMe because a tree fell on her car during the hurricane, and she wants to raise money because she only had liability on her car that she just got 2 years. Yo, women, if you are listening, and I understand you are, do not get full coverage on your car.
If you can't afford to replace the car, you got to get full coverage.
You got to. Like, it's something different if your car is 15, 20 years old, and then you just like, yo, let me just get liability so my insurance go down.
But definitely get it now with used car prices. Like, used cars probably need full coverage more than new cars. Right
Absolutely. Now. But the thing is, I told Mike and the fellas is, yo, I remember when this shorty had a OnlyFans link, which was literally yesterday, as her profile. And I follow her because she's an artist, right?
Yeah.
But she's an artist. She does like photography and painting and stuff. She's super talented. So I don't know why that's never been her link, but that's a whole nother subject. But she's simps, literally. Like, who buys art when you could buy pussy?
Exactly.
And so I want to know, is it fair or foul? Because I believe that you shouldn't be allowed to go from an OnlyFans link in your socials to a GoFundMe link. Am I fair or foul in saying that?
Well, she need a link tree. And then she need to have her OnlyFans and the GoFundMe both there at the same time.
Look, now the cool part about her her GoFundMe is if you donate, I think over $25, it comes with free pictures.
It comes with free OnlyFans?
Yeah.
Is it just pictures or is it videos?
She said free creative content, but she mostly does pictures from what she says on
For $25?
Yeah, bro, they ain't going cheap no more.
Jeez, man.
Apparently, OnlyFans has switched it up where you have to subscribe to people, and then now you have to pay to see the content. So like,
so you can subscribe for free.
You could you could subscribe for $5 a month.
$5, and you got to pay for it.
And you got to pay for it.
Good Lord.
Yeah,
boy, this is why y'all gotta raise the prices. So y'all do know Pornhub is free, right?
Absolutely.
Like the majority of Pornhub.
Is that my generation fault too?
This is absolutely your generation fault.
Nah, because y'all porn was bad back in the day. Y'all still be looking at pictures.
Bad, man. It wasn't bad, bro. We had videos, man. We the Cherokee. We the Pink. Gosh. We the Karen Stephan.
Pinky look bad now.
She does look bad now. But y'all, dude, like, come on, man. This is the generation. We had Heather. Y'all might even know about Heather. If you know about Heather, hit me on the side if you know about Heather.
Oh my gosh. Our porn stars are way better. Because they do shit that y'all didn't get.
What you mean? How are y'all porn stars better if they charging?
Well, I mean, everybody charge. You know what I'm saying?
That is y'all porn stars are not better. Not at all.
You a hater, man. All right, before shit, I want Mike to respond to something because I'm ready to make Mike upset.
Why you try to do that, man? Why you trying to do that, bro?
Because making you upset is actually hilarious because you do get mad at stuff, and I don't be understanding why. Because you like yelling at me all the time.
Hey man, and just for clarity's sake, we do support sex work. Sex work is real work.
Oh yeah, we say that all the time.
Yeah, don't get it twisted.
Yeah, please don't come in our DMs upset about sex work because we're gonna laugh at you.
But if you are a sex worker, you like it's like a drug dealer trying to be a family man. Just want to let you know.
Absolutely,
it's the same type thing. Like we support hustlers too, like not particularly drug dealing or violence, but we support hustlers. So sex work, that's hustle. Like y'all can't get families. Kind of understand it's because
look, that's the joke.
You're in sex work.
So me and Mike was laughing because there was a young lady who I sent the mic, and she hid that she was a sex worker for a year, and her man broke up with her, and she was under a thread, and she was crying.
And she told her, you sent me the link. She thought she gonna quit, but she
don't know.
She like he can't afford the lifestyle.
Yeah, that she has.
Yeah.
Who do you think is wrong in this situation?
I mean, she's wrong because she lied. Like, just don't lie. We talked about open relationships last week, right? What did I say? Gosh. Just don't lie, right?
You did say that.
Yeah, if you don't lie, you're good to go. But if you're gonna lie about it, then you're immediately at fault. It's on you.
And then it's on you. All right, divorce week. Who do we want to talk about getting a divorce first?
Let's talk about Tia and our boy. I did not know that was him on the show on Homecoming on Netflix.
That's what me and Laws were trying to figure out what we know.
Yeah. I did not know that was him. But hey, first off, big ups for her for saying like, yo, joint custody, no spousal support. Gosh. We just want to separate, especially if they live in California. So hey, much props to look, man. They gave each other 14 years, bro. Ain't nobody wasting nobody's time. Sometimes it just doesn't work out, man. Sometimes people grow apart. Now, what I will say is, oh man, how can I say this? What I will say is that for him, he has 2 kids. He got a young kid. They got a 10-year-old, I think, or 11-year-old. His life can restart at this moment. I doubt if he want more kids, but he can go out and kind of be with who he wants to be with. She gets the benefit of being able to be on the DD buffet, right?
My gosh.
So that's what she gets to get. All right.
Oh my gosh.
So I do think a conversation needs to be had. Which is better, right? Is it better for men that can actually just completely start over in their mid-40s, or is it better for women that can finally get variety, in their life, for their second time or third time or fourth time, fifth time, depending on how long you went to college. Like, which one of these things are better here? I hate that it's happening because together they could probably afford way better property in Orange County than they can separately.
Yeah.
So,
but I mean, if we talk about who's gonna be more hurt throughout this, it's gonna be him. Like,
how
she got the cachet. Like, she is who she is.
Dude,
without him.
Yeah, she is who she is, but she's also an older woman.
It don't matter. She can go in rooms he can't go in. She can be in space. Absolutely, it's Tia Mowry.
Like, it's Tia Mowry, but she can go into the entertainment world. Like, his whole life is ahead of him.
Absolutely, but it can still be. She can get him closed out of rooms. He can't do that for her.
Like, I don't think,
you know that.
I don't think the Mowry sisters are the Olsen twins, bro. I don't.
But
I don't see that.
The Olsen twins. Okay, fine. He ain't neither one. He ain't the Olsen twins. He ain't the Mowry sisters.
No, he's not either one.
He ain't even Marcus Houston.
But I mean, he has been. I mean, he's act as much as she's act.
I'm telling you,
like, he hasn't acted less than what she's acted.
it's rooms that she can go in that he can't go in, and it's rooms that she can go in and say, don't let him in.
Well, this is true. I mean, Tyler Perry does exist.
I mean, no. She can do anything she wants. First of all, is this the dude is she the sister who found her man walking to work?
I don't know. I mean, he's an actor, so
the only
it's a
reason
good
why I'm
chance.
saying that because
no. I think that's the other sister. That's the sister that's married to the white guy. That's that.
Because the only thing I was saying is like, damn, women can't even use that example no more.
No. That. So no, they're still together and super fucking happy.
Yeah.
Hey, like interracial black and white women stay married longer than any other race out there. It's the lowest divorce rate that exists. Yeah, it's also the lowest percentage of people that get married. By the way, because
we have a? Never mind. We don't have a theory, do we?
No, we don't. No, not yet. Maybe in a year and a half. So not today.
Miguel and his girl, she fine too.
Yeah, man, that's messed up. Dude, they've been together forever and then they get married and they divorce.
Why does that happen? Why do you date for 14 years and then in the last 3?
I think it's the added pressure, man.
Really?
Yeah, because in a marriage you expect more, and with expectations, it's disappointments, right? Like if I don't expect anything of you, you really can't disappoint me. But in a marriage, I think the expectations are raised, and then I think that becomes the problem. And I read something either last week or the week before last, and it made so much sense to me. Like I had to like look at myself, have some introspection, and it says that you should only get in a relationship if you are considering what you could do for the other person. Right? Like, okay, you're not considering what that person can do for you. Like you only get in a relationship when you look at that person. You're like, I want to bring all this into your life, right? Like, I want you to have this.
Okay.
I don't need anything from you. I want you to have this. And they were like, those are the marriages that work, right? Like, if you look at a woman, you're like, I want to upgrade your life. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? I want you to live with me. I don't want you to have to work. I don't want you to raise kids on your own. I don't want you to struggle. Like, if you're that type of man, then you're probably going to make an excellent husband. And then vice versa, right? Like, if a woman looks at you and she's like, yo, you're working way too hard. You're putting in way too many hours. You don't come home to anybody. I want you to come home to me. And if you want a family, I want to give you a family. And I want to make sure that the kids know that their dad is the one that's out here doing all these things. If a woman is like that for you, that's the woman you marry. And I think that in our relationships, when you go for these situationships, two relationships, right? You know, y'all wanted to argue about situationships last week because I told y'all that they were open relationships. That's absolutely what situationships are.
True.
But this ideal of wanting something from someone versus the ideal of I want to provide something for someone. And I think as men, especially good men, right? So we're talking about men that really, you know, want families and want to settle down. I think that if you approach it with the mindset of like, yo, I want a wife because I want to do these things for her, instead of I want a wife because I want these things done for me, you're gonna be an A+ husband, man. And like, don't let anybody convince you that you're not gonna be or otherwise, and don't mess with a bird that just wants you to do for her, and she has nothing to do back for you.
I was telling one of my friends. We was talking about a situation, and she said, why don't her man do that? I said, well, that's her responsibility. And it was silence on the phone.
I'm sure.
And I said, yo, you do understand that women have certain responsibility that's theirs. I said, as a man, it's only but so much I can ask you to do, make you do, or want for you. And so at some point in time, that does become a point of like, what can you do for yourself? Second thing I wanted to say, it was interesting this past weekend. My dad had this thing. He brung, it's probably 15 of us in a room, right? And he does this where he brings men of all ages to sit around and just talk about life, talk about stuff we're going through. And I want to ask you one of the questions he asked me. So in this room, the oldest guy, to put in perspective, he went to the Million Man's March. He heard Dr. King speak.
Yeah.
In DC, like he lived in DC during that time, right? And he's there. So just to give you a perspective of how old he is. And the youngest guy in the room was 24. And my dad asked the whole room, he said, do you let people know? And he was talking about friends, actually. And so I'm asking you this. Do you let your friends know, or women that you're dating, what your expectations are?
In the beginning, no. Because you have to show me who you are.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Because it falls on me to make the right friends, right? It doesn't follow my friends to conform to what I need.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Because people are allowed to be whoever they want to be. So for me personally, no, like show me exactly who you are.
Mm-hmm.
And it's funny you say this because I was actually talking to my son because he's young and he's at school. Sometimes it's awkward. And one of the things that we've been talking about for the last week and a half is I was like, he that wants a friend must first show himself to be friendly. Mm-hmm. Right? That's the good book, right? Mm-hmm. You have to show yourself to be friendly. If you're not friendly, chances are you're not going to attract people that want to be your friends. So back to your original question, people can be who they want to be to me, right? Mm-hmm. They like whoever you are, I accept you fully, right? And then I determine, can I deal with this or tolerate this in my life?
Facts.
So I don't require you to be any way. Like you can, I told y'all, it's hard to offend me. You can put whatever you want in the comment section. You could disagree with me however you want. The only thing I told you, there's only one thing I don't tolerate. I do not tolerate misandry because that is destroying our society right now.
Facts.
So, but outside of that, you could be who you want to be.
Yeah, and I told my dad, I said all his friends, not his friends, excuse me, let me take that back. Old people do not like when you put friends on them. But all of the men that was in the room, the older guys were saying, they've learned to offer, hey, this is my expectations if you are my friend, just to give you a heads up, whatever. And then they, it got to me and I was like, nah, I don't. I said, and my reason is similar to yours, but my reason was I don't put people that I consider friends in situations where I know they can't succeed in.
Exactly. Because you're their friend. And part of you being their friend is protecting them. Yeah. Even if it's from themselves.
Absolutely. And so I was telling them, I said, hey, I have certain homeboys who I know, if I take them on this mission, they're going to be great on it, right? Yeah. If I do this with them, they're going to fail. So I'm not going to do that. I said, and I was telling my pops, I said, all men have this weird thing of like, if shit gets dark, if it's go time, if it's time to get low and do something that's out the world, and we could just, what that word is or what that scenario is for you. You know what men to call.
Yep.
And it ain't all your friends.
Nope.
Like, you know what I'm saying? And so I was telling them, I said, look, I know those people in my life, but I still consider those people that won't or can't go on that journey with me. They still my friends in certain situations because I know what scenarios they do succeed in.
Exactly.
And so, it was just interesting. So I wanted to ask you that. I told my dad, I was like, you need to let me and Mike come in here and shake this thing up. And he was like, all right, whatever.
He was like, that's his way of saying no.
Yeah, but he was just like, he wanted us to come. He's like, I need y'all in here. But my dad, he like talking, man. Clearly, it runs in the family if I'm here. Tom Brady and Giselle, man. Allegedly, they have hired, I said Giselle. Hired, I was about to say, why I do that to her? And I heard it and I was like, damn, that's wrong. But do I go back and correct it? Has hired a divorce attorney. Who is more selfish in this situation?
Tom Brady.
Okay, I thought it was gonna be an argument.
No. Far and away is Tom Brady. Here's the thing. Tom Brady got Bridget Moynihan pregnant, got with Giselle. So all right, you're already a baby daddy piece of shit. All right. You're already that. But, he would Giselle, they had kids. Giselle being able, and you know what? This actually helps your 50-50 argument. the fact that Giselle had more money than Tom Brady.
And still does.
Was the reason why he was able to take, lower contracts to get that guard that he needs, to get the receiver that he needs, to get 2 tight ends, right? Mm-hmm. She helped make his life what it is today. Those 7 Super Bowls, at least one of them are Giselle's, right? At least one.
2.
Yeah, probably 2, right? Like, yeah, she might not have been shooting with him in the gym, but she damn sure allowed him to play for $18 million instead of $28 million, so he can get a good offensive line or good players around him. He owes that woman something, man.
Yeah.
And I know y'all probably think that we always shoot men bail, and like don't think that we're not shooting Tom Brady bail because he's not a black man. No, we're talking as men right now. As a man, bro, you have to know what you owe your woman. You have to know that. She shouldn't have to demand that of you. If a woman creates an environment for you to succeed, bro, and then you take off and succeed, bro, she is a contributory factor in your success. Now, does that mean that she should get 50-50 when you divorce? Not saying that, but in this case, she got more than him, right?
Yeah.
Is he entitled to any of her money? No.
Yeah, nah.
Same way with old girl Mallory and old dude, right?
Yeah.
It's like she hit the attorney up and was just like, yo, no spousal support. We don't need to do any assets. We got a prenup signed, joint custody. Like, yo, again, these are two women that I can't really say that they wrong.
Nah, when I saw the thing yesterday, I felt bad because I'm like, for us, for the world, we had to know Tom Brady was in a tight situation when you go home right before the season and you need family time.
Yeah, like
for me,
during a preseason game.
That screamed to me, your kids or your wife. Now, I assumed it was your kids, which can start from your wife, so let's not get that twisted. Because I look at it and I go, damn, you was just home with her for 40 days and she sent your ass back to work. But then what I realize is you might have been at home complaining like, hey, I know I promised you after New England I'm coming home. Okay, I promise you, hey, I can't go to the Dolphins because of tampering, so I'm going home. You know what I'm saying? And I'm looking at it and I'm going, bruh, now you in Tampa Bay and you still ain't going home. She might think like this is time for you to go home. You know what I'm saying? So I'm looking at these things and I'm like, damn, man, this is sad to me, right? It's just a sad situation. I'm like, man, and now we at this situation where if I'm your wife, if I'm Tom Brady's wife, I'm looking like, bro, you passed your prime.
He passed everything. Like,
you got every accolade.
Let it go. And so, and this is probably what got him divorced. Fox Sports saying that we're gonna pay you $380 million over 10 years to come and be a commentator. And you know the commentator's life are cush. Right, they do not work 40 hours a week, at least not in the office, right? They fly them in, you know, they do the show, the set, and then they either come home the same night or the next day, right? So he would actually be able to be home and he'd make more money, right?
Absolutely.
So she's probably looking at this like, yo, I don't know if she's been financially carrying the family, but I do feel like it feels like it's 50-50, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
And she probably looking at this like, yo, this is an opportunity for us to be able to relax. And you get to pay for everything for once. For once in our life.
For once. And then you know what I thought about Mike?
She get to practice hypergamy.
She gave up her career to be a stay-at-home mom with him.
Yeah, man. It's tough for me to take his side right now. And I you know, I don't jump on the side of the ladies often, man. I know y'all.
We know
y'all
you
say
don't.
I give everybody their full credit, and right now I'm giving Giselle her full credit, man. I can't really say that she's.
Udoka wants his full credit. He out here allegedly smashing his boss's wife.
All right, so y'all, I told y'all Ime is a single man, right? Like, matter of fact,
Facts, he is.
Didn't Keke Palmer last year say that she's single till she get married when they were like trying to relate her to whoever she was dating?
Absolutely.
So women do keep that same energy when it comes to Ime. So Ime, he is a single man.
He is a single man. I've been telling him that all the time.
But you cannot smash your boss's wife.
You can't.
You can't smash your boss's wife. I can't believe we having to say this, but hey, to all my brothers here that are not African American, y'all have immigrated here, your parents immigrated here. Please get the full African American experience and understand you cannot shit where you eat and you cannot fuck your boss's wife. We did think that was going to be something that we did not have to include in the Being Black in America Green Book.
Like, bruh. And then shout out to the boss's wife. I mean the boss. My man has found out a way to say, let me show you how petty I can be. I'm going to reduce, even though the minority owner, the owner still got his back. Everybody got his back.
It's the ownership group. I mean, even if he's a minority owner, this motherfucker ain't poor.
He not. He way richer than you.
He rich.
And the fact that he's like, yo, I'm going to reduce your salary, let you sit at home so you can't go off and work. Because if I fire you or if I make sure you get fired, then you get to go work.
Ime would never coach in the NBA again.
That's how.
Like when you smash a ownership group or an owner's wife or a co-owner's wife, because chances are they know each other, right? Like chances are they're not strangers, right? Like
facts.
He didn't just buy a team. Was like, hey, anybody got an extra $200 million lying around want to buy a team with me? That didn't happen. Chances are they knew each other. So the fact that this happened, right? All these owners know each other, man. What ownership group is going to bring him in, right? When you're smashing bosses' wives,
bruh,
you can't touch. So to y'all point, y'all tried to open the pod up last week about your number one. And I was like, yeah, you can't smash your boss wife. You can't smash his number one wife. Could have smashed probably one of his mistresses. You can't smash his wife though.
You can't do that, man.
Now this is on the wife too. Now let's not get it twisted. The wife, absolutely. Like, why are you smashing Ime? and your husband probably not probably, your husband's richer.
She wanted something, man. She just wanted to see what was up, man.
So nah, you can't do that, man.
You can't do that. Kanye can't do what he did either.
We done with Kanye. I'm done with Kanye. Nah. No, y'all don't have to be done with Kanye.
I like Kanye.
No, me personally, look, I was done a while ago. Now, I spoke up on behalf of Kanye as being a black dad because I did think Kim was doing the typical fuck shit.
Y'all some haters.
No, but I'm done, man. I'm done. I'm not even listening to the old music no more. And I love some of the old music. And it's like, yo, I'm done, man. Like showing up with that shirt with your platform, it ruins the moniker meaning, right? Like the fact, like the whole thing, Black Lives Matter, right? The organization that took it over and trademarked it is not the people that came up with it. They just took it, right? It's the same as somebody came in and take Black Men Don't Cheat, and then they go and buy like cheating websites and throw that up under it, right? Like that wasn't the purpose of the meaning. So the idea of where Black Lives Matter is now and the grift is going on, of course, that is true. But when you conflate Black Lives Matter with All Lives Matter or White Lives Matter, you're taking away, you're demeaning where that comes from. And as a black man, he has to be more responsible. He has a responsibility to other black dads, to other black fathers. We literally sat on this podcast and said the fact that his children was around another dude, his daughter was sitting on another man's lap. We actually said that was out of bounds and it was inappropriate and it was out of place, right?
Okay, we did.
All right. Now, it's still out of bounds and out of place, right? But he has to understand that, hey, the way when I see other black men have a responsibility to me being a black father, he has to understand that he has a responsibility to other black men. And I was listening to Van Lathan. I think Van Lathan is absolutely correct.
Oh, gosh.
Kanye is either stupid or evil. And at this point, we do have to say he's either stupid or he's evil. Like Herschel Walker, I think he's stupid. Right?
Okay.
I don't think Kanye is stupid, which means I think that what Kanye is doing is very nefarious. It's very selfish. It's a very feminine behavior that he's putting himself on right now.
Okay.
And I will not listen to Kanye West. Now, if I'm in, obviously I'm at a bar, or lounge, or a club, I can't dictate to what's being played, right? If it comes on, I'm going to bob my head. But for me to play it voluntarily, when we start doing live shows and having intro music, it will not be Kanye West. I am 100%.
So now we can't separate music from the person.
Well, y'all couldn't do it for R. Kelly.
No,
I'm not defending R. Kelly. I'm just saying we've always said that we're not separating Michael Jackson from his music. We're not separating R. Kelly from his music.
We absolutely said we was gonna separate music from Michael Jackson, from who he was as a person.
No, I just think that everybody lied because everybody was like, "I'm not gonna listen to Mike." And then you just realize, like, "Oh, damn, it's every fucking hit." So I can't not listen to Mike. But we've always said that we're going to that we were not going to separate, the Bill Cosby from the Cosby Show. Like this has been the track record. Now I don't think Ye is on the level of what these men have done.
Absolutely.
But what I am saying is like Ye is actively soliciting this, right? Whereas these men, got caught up in their bullshit. Ye is actively soliciting our opinion into who he is. I don't like that. So I gotta agree with Van Lathan. He's either evil or he's stupid.
I don't think he neither, to be honest with you.
Well, what is he then?
Well, I think he's just marketing. And I believe
it can't be good marketing, bro, because
I think it's amazing marketing because it worked. Marketing is always, do it work? Did it come through? Now, I'm not saying I agree with what he said. No. Right, I'm not doing that because I don't agree, and I think when I saw it, I go, "This is right after the Kardashian playbook."
No, it is definitely out of the Kardashian playbook,
and that's marketing. Like I laugh now because damn, we didn't even get to talk about how Khloe said Tristan cheated on her, gave her brain trauma. But like even that line, that tagline is like, "Yo, got to get them to watch your show." We didn't get to talk about. Well, we did talk about, the Kardashians and Ray J. Kim once again is crying, saying, there's more tapes out there when it comes out that, your mom, you knew the tapes. Your mom knew,
your mom made the tape.
We're not going to go until how they told us they did a whole reunion tour, like we're ending the Kardashian show just to find out that y'all moving it to Hulu and y'all got new seasons. Like this is that for me. Now, and so I don't think it's stupid because it always works. And I think he always knows. I think that most marketing realizes. I never agree with the whole thing of when H&M was doing like racist clothing, and when these people do these racist things, and they figured out like, oh shit, we can get the black community to go all in and get us popularity.
Absolutely.
And
like popularity definitely comes from the black community. Mm-hmm. I think you're right. I think this is definitely out of the Kardashian playbook. But the thing is, and let me be fair here. Mm-hmm. If Kanye had made a decent album in the last 3 albums, this would probably be a harder conversation. He hasn't. He hasn't. New music is garbage. It's terrible, right?
What's the last Ye album you didn't like? Let me do this. But go ahead.
The 807, 80, whatever the fuck that was.
Oh man, that's so long ago.
Yeah,
man.
The last. That's my point. He hasn't made. I mean, unless we're talking about Watch the Throne. Like, and that shit that was before then too. So yeah, he hasn't made a great album. So if he was making
Donda was amazing.
No, it wasn't.
Yes,
if he was making that type of music, then yeah, I think it would be harder to say. But
his last album was Donda. That shit was great.
That was not good.
It was. All. Now here's the thing, and I want to walk something back. I think it's either he's neither or he's both. Let me put it like that.
Okay.
And I think that in your stupidity, you could be doing something, and because it's working and you continue to do it, you can be evil. So I don't think he's either one. I think he's neither or he's both.
I think Kanye makes a strong case to make sure your father's actively in your life for your whole life.
That part, or choosing a better baby mama.
Well, I think that's by and large. I think that can help, by having a father. Also, yes, to this point, absolutely choosing a better baby mama. I think Kim is driving him crazy.
Absolutely.
Like Kim, how many times has Kim been divorced?
Too many.
Like 4 at least?
Yeah, more times than either one of us been married.
She's not a good person. Like, we don't have to sit here and try to pretend, well, I wonder if Kim Kardashian... No, she's not. She's probably a good time, but she's not a good person.
I don't think she's a good time.
I think Kim's a good time. I think
introducing
Kim,
you to other bitches.
I think, well, shit, that's a good fucking time. I think Kim and Cabo would be an amazing fucking time, right? I think Kim and Calabasas living for 5 fucking years is a terrible fucking time.
Kim is the type of chick that when me and her go out of town, it's like, by the time the plane land, I'm thinking like, yo, can I get a separate room?
Yeah,
like,
no
it's
no
certain
doubt.
chicks, so one thing, and my thing with Kanye is he goes through this every once in a while, and then he always backtracks in the last 24 hours. So in the last 24 hours, Kanye said, yo, I did that to show y'all that the tag Black Lives Matter was BS. Now, Van Lathan, I would love to see your interview. Well, his thing is, and Kanye has definitely mentioned this a bunch of times, and Van Lathan, I would love to see your information on how the Black Lives Matter chick went and bought houses in Malibu and cars and disappeared. Because Kanye has definitely came out and said, hey, do y'all understand that Black Lives Matter is taking money, they buying cars, they buying shit, they not giving it to families, they have a whole agenda. He even brung up how, the agenda on
this
sexuality.
is true, but this is the thing though. This is a fight that is beneath Kanye, right? Like if he actually wanted to bring attention to that, then Kanye was rich enough that he can actually hire private investigators. He can actually hire investigative reporters. He can have a whole series done.
He could.
That's how rich people do shit, right? Like that's how.
That ain't not how they always do shit.
That is how. No, because you think about celebrities. I'm talking about rich people.
Well, rich people have a unique way of. Well, celebrities are rich people. If you want to go to the super wealthy,
they're rich people, but they're brought into wealth. It's like entertainers aren't naturally rich, right? Like entertainers are brought into wealth. But like rich people are people that their granddad was rich, their mama rich, they're rich, right?
Yeah.
Those are rich people. The way that they operate, the way that they move through life is completely different. So Kanye, if he actually wanted to get shit done, there's a way to get shit done. I was reading a fast fact, and it was like Al Capone is the reason why you have expiration dates on your milk. Because he had drunk some milk and got violently sick. So he lobbied to get the expiration on the milk, right? Uh-huh. So I was like, okay, lobby. Al Capone did not lobby any fucking body. Al Capone paid off, threatened, and figured it out, right? That's how wealth works, right? Wealth doesn't wait for something to get done.
Facts.
Going on Twitter, having Twitter fingers, isn't getting shit done.
Well, it does. I mean, we have plenty of times when Ye didn't like something, he mentioned something, whether he put his money behind it and shit changed. We've seen
Old Navy.
No, it's not Old Navy. It's Ye coming out and saying, yo, I got to leave Nike because you got to be an athlete to get royalties.
Yeah,
but then we notice the next person who gets signed, Kevin Hart, suddenly gets royalties and he's not an athlete. You know what I'm saying? So things does change. We've seen Kanye go on the air and be like, yo, don't go to this store this day because they won't do a deal with me. And it's a certain brand in the store and nobody goes that day. We've seen that. So we even seen reports come out where he said, yo, the Black Lives Matter crew is stealing. And then next thing you know, we start seeing shit spill out. But
he's never cared though.
But rich people don't care about shit.
Like
unless it's self-serving.
Kanye has exactly. So like Kanye using this isn't because Kanye gives a fuck. Like when he said George Bush don't like black people. That was Kanye serving Kanye. We didn't know that then. But if we look at his pattern of behavior now, from then to now, Kanye don't give a fuck about black people.
Nah, I mean, well, I think a lot of us think a lot of black people give a fuck about black people.
No, you're right. A good many of us do
Especially
not.
Especially the rich ones.
Yeah, but hell, even if you look at the civil rights movement, the majority of blacks did not march. If you look at 1964 election, I want to say like the 1964 election, only 60 some odd % of black people actually showed up to vote. Right, half of black people actually stayed home. This is the 1964 Civil Rights Act election, right? So yeah, I mean, so it's not lost on me that we have a huge segment of our population that are apathetic, right? I won't say they won't give a fuck, but they're just apathetic. So that's not surprising. What's surprising to me is that when we put leadership on motherfuckers that are apathetic, that is mind-boggling.
Which brings me to my point about this. Kanye only got power in what we give him. And I guess for me personally, as a fan of his music, I go back to this every time we bring up Ye, and I think it's super important. His mom wrote in the book right before she passed, the boy talks like it's only him in the room, or it's just you and him in the room. So that to me stuck with me because me and a group chat I'm in, me and one of the guys was going back and forth, we arguing in the group. And he said, you always do this. You feel like this. You act like this. And I said, well, if I don't have a safe space to get my thoughts out, I said, I went back to him. I said, whenever I ever put that on wax outside of this group? And he said, never. I said, well, I use this as a safe space to get out my ideas before I present them to the world.
Yes.
And I said, men have to have that. Now, the problem is Kanye think the world or the internet is his safe space, and it's not.
It is not.
So I could see Kanye saying to somebody like Common, who he's no longer friends with, or John Legend, who he's no longer friends with. And I'm using these two brothers because we know how they feel about certain racial topics, even Pusha T. And Pusha T said, yo, there's some distance between me and Ye because me and him don't agree on certain shit. I can see Kanye saying, yo, you know what? I didn't agree with Black Lives Matter and what they stood for, even though, you know what? I'm going to put this on a shirt. And I could see them two saying, yo, you know this stupid, right? Yeah. But then Kanye being in the open room with Yes Men and saying, yo, and everybody's like, okay, go do your thing. Long as I ain't in the room, in the background of the pictures, I'm behind him, whatever. And then you get Candace Owens in there and she's shucking and jiving. We ain't even got to bring her up, but we know how she get it down. So, and I think for me, I looked at when Kanye got up and said, yo, I think slavery was a choice. And then I think right then and there, way before then, it wasn't then where I was like, oh, okay, this nigga just like to talk. He likes shock value. That's why I think the stupid and evil has to come together.
He definitely loves shock value. But again, we don't have to fuck with them.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? We don't have to fuck with him, you know, in this space.
Absolutely. Before we get out of here, do you got a preference question for us today?
Oh, let's see if we got a preference question.
Come on,
today.
man.
Let's see if we got a preference
while
question.
Mike finds that,
you know what? Yeah, I actually do, and we need to play.
I better not see A$AP Rocky ass fucking with an American Kiss flag on his back, prancing around the fucking stage. That's my woman. Fuck y'all. You will see me. Stop it. Okay. See, let's fight about that. We don't have to fight. Let me be A$AP. Let's debate about that then. Let's do it. You wouldn't rather be the guy to not take away from your wife's
absolutely. I'm gonna be right
shining
here on the
moment
sideline.
On the side of the stage in awe, letting her develop her own shit to her own base without your fucking leeching bummy ass. Hey, the internet was kicking Offset ass when he was trying to get his family back and he was interrupting the Cardi show. They said, get your stop, yo. Stop. Don't show me ASAP Rocky.
I'll say, so that was Joe Budden.
Absolutely.
And he was saying, basically, so the question is, would you care if your woman outshined you?
Well, that's not the question Joe had, but is that your question?
That is my question. If your woman outshined you.
Oh, in general in life?
Yeah, in life.
Okay.
Like,
cool,
would
cool,
you care?
Nah. It probably would hurt a little bit. I ain't gonna lie, prideful. Would I mind? No.
Let's say she became a bigger photographer than you. She picked up photography.
Oh no, we got
yesterday.
We got to scrap. Yep. Sorry, I ain't gonna lie. I ain't gonna hold you. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. I'm losing my shit. You know what? Shine. I think it would come to like, yo. I don't want to serious this out. Before I serious this out, what's your answer?
I don't care. Because if we're married and we have a strong marriage and we live together, man, like whatever she gets, I get anyway.
Yeah.
So it's like I wouldn't care. Yeah. I really would not care.
So this always brings me back to what's your purpose? What are you trying to get out of life, right? I look at ASAP and it's clear that Rihanna is the bigger star out of them. It's doors. Go back to our earlier thing. It's doors that Rihanna can go in that ASAP can't, and it's doors that they both can go in, and then Rihanna looks at somebody and say, "Yo, get him out, and don't let him back in."
If they were not together, absolutely.
If they was not together, or if they broke up today,
this is true.
It's certain things. Do I think ASAP cares? Probably not, but I imagine, or I hope not. But I can understand how they can get to a room where ASAP can say, yo, I was the man on my block at one point in time. And maybe when I go back, I'm still the man on my block. It was a point in time where I was the leader of a group. Yeah. I was the face of that. I was the most notable person. And then now you turn around that I'm in her shadow. So if I was in my wife's shadow, I probably wouldn't. I don't think I'm made for that, to be fair. But I wouldn't care.
I would not care, bro.
I don't care.
If my woman is shining, man, like, yo, go shine, man.
I say it every podcast. My wife out-earns me.
Yeah.
And I'm glad. Like, you know what I'm saying? She ain't never went somewhere and was like, you ain't got it, because I do. But we've never went somewhere and she's never thrown it in my face. Matter of fact, me and my wife had a joke. And I told her, the only time I've ever out-earned you is during COVID when you was furloughed. And she looked at me and I was like, yo, when we was dating, I never was making more than you. Like, and it didn't bother me. It doesn't bother me because why? Because I'm able to handle my responsibilities as a man.
Yeah, and exactly. That doesn't emasculate me because she's earning more, because being a man isn't based around your earnings. It's everything else.
Absolutely, man.
Your earnings matter though. Black men do gotta earn more money.
You do gotta earn more money, and you still gotta be a man at the end of the day. Like, if you ain't a man, then what are you? Deep. Don't get us canceled. We not getting canceled. Yo, I want to thank y'all for listening. Go buy some merch. Go check out the pod everywhere. Go check out our YouTube page. Do everything. You got to follow. And please,
like, love, subscribe, comment.
Absolutely. And go follow Mike.
Yes, go follow at Pastor Mike Will on Instagram.
And he will piss you off every day.
Nah, I'm good online.
Mike gonna be nicer next year. I promise y'all that. We working on Mike. And with that, we're gonna holler at y'all next time.
Holla at your boy.